So, okay, we are what you would consider a quote unquote based podcast, right? We believe men are men and women are women on the show. It's very simple. It seems like something that everybody in the entire world has believed up until the last like 3 seconds. But here we are.
Yeah. Yeah,
We
pretty
have
much.
this, and yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. Pretty much, yeah. I just feel like it's, common sense. But the way I see it is like I think it's like people are in a bad spot mentally, so they're easily influenced, right, by the people around them. Um, so that's how I see it.
And look, I think there's a lot of truth in the mentality side of this, right? But
Yes.
you were under the crosshairs with this because you wanted to be a part of the Sega Creator Zone. What exactly is the Sega Creator Zone?
So pretty much, I'm actually in another creator program. It's called Sonic Rumble, and it's pretty much the same thing.
Oh, don't
And
say it too loud. They'll come after you for that too.
I mean, it is what it is, to be honest. But no, so, so the Sega Creator Program is basically they'll give you access to like their games early, and stuff like that. Or you can get codes. You can send some codes over to people that watch you. Maybe you'll get rewards to your viewers and things like that. Pretty much that kind of stuff. So basically, any kind of Sega game, pretty much.
And Sega
Um,
has they got some bangers coming out. They got Crazy
yeah,
Taxi,
they
you know,
do.
coming
They
out. Yeah.
do. I'm excited. I'm excited for that for sure.
Well,
But yeah,
Sega, they're on a roll. They're bringing back a lot of their old franchises and stuff. So this is
yeah,
a pretty standard creator program here. They hook you up with games that you can play them early or whatever, or give you free codes. It's kind of
yep,
a standard thing. So you apply for this thing, you get accepted,
yep.
and
I get
this is
accepted.
yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I get accepted. I get accepted, and then I get like I should have known to not post it, but so I got accepted, and then not too long after, like 15 hours later, I get kicked out. I woke up the next morning. I saw that I wasn't in their Discord, and I couldn't figure out why. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I think I got backlash, and I checked my notifications and I see these people like getting all angry. And yeah, I was just like, okay. It was really surprising um,
So people,
for
I
me.
saw this a lot of flags in the bios right here. We notice that seems to be a common occurrence here. By the way, in case you didn't know, this streamer is transphobic. This video is
Yeah.
posted on. Are you scared of trans people? Because I think that's something that a phobia is an
That's,
intense fear of
yes,
something. And I
exactly. Yes,
yes,
100%.
okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not scared of trans people. In fact, I accept them in my space. If the way I see it is like, if you disagree, you disagree, right?
Hmm.
I feel like they shouldn't take it to something to the extreme. Unfortunately, like, create like people I looked up to, they ended up, backing out, and people that supported me and actually knew about the situation, they knew how I felt. Um, but yeah, so they knew how I felt. And, people would turn around because of the backlash and all that stuff, which really really sucks.
Wait.
You
So,
know.
so you had friends who
Yes. Yep.
would stand by you privately, and
Yep.
then publicly they
Exactly.
shunned you.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Who- I mean,
They've even
are
had.
they really your friends at that point?
True. Yeah. Yeah. True. Exactly. It's just I'm just. I mean, the thing is, like, these people are talented. They're amazing. Like, they're talented. They're good on what they do. And I can't deny that. And so, like, it just sucks that it's just because of one thing, everything else, like, it's just like disregarded. You know what I mean? Completely disregarded. But yeah, I did send like a link of how it all started.
Hmm.
I don't know if you guys can pull that up. Yeah, so it was in February, late February, I think, this
Hmm.
year, earlier this year. And basically, yeah, this is that post there was made from I was blocked, so I had to screenshot it. But that post is what started the whole ruckus with the Sonic fan base and stuff. Basically, I made a short.
Hold on. It was the Sonic fan base.
Yes, it started with
Okay.
the Sonic fan base. Yes. So basically, what's it called? I made a short and a video on YouTube, right? And it was basically talking about the LGBTQ, on my opinion on that whole thing. So I didn't bring it up because I just felt like it. No, it wasn't because of that. I'm not that kind of person. I don't like to talk about this stuff like that. I'm not a political content creator or anything like that. I don't even have that much knowledge, right? With that stuff.
Congratulations,
So,
you are now. I just
um,
wanna-
I mean, I guess this is the furthest I'll probably ever go because I don't really wish to talk about, all that. But yeah, so, I basically did that. I made those videos. The reason I made those videos or that video is because I wanted the people in the fan base to be aware of my opinion. In fact, I actually reached out to some content creators, asked if they've seen the video, um, and unfortunately, it was on my part. It was unfortunately on my part. I didn't tell them specifically what video it was, so they said, "You do you." So and I was like, "Okay, cool." So, and then a month later, or a few weeks later, is that post is made right on Twitter, and people start to hate on it and stuff like that. So unfortunately, I thought everybody knew, right? I thought people knew. I wouldn't say everybody, but I thought people knew. So they just, but I think it might just be because maybe they knew. Who knows? You never know. Maybe they knew, but they just saw the backlash. So unfortunately, they have to leave, right? So
is this the first time you've dealt with
yes,
any sort of pushback like this?
yes, this is my first time.
First time, huh? All right.
Yep.
It's like the old James Franco meme, looking in there, getting ready to be hung, going, "Oh, first time, huh?"
Yeah, literally.
Well, so I look at this, by the way. The person who made the post about you is a. I mean,
Yep.
I don't even think we can say this. But we can't even
Okay.
say this because we are in YouTube jail right now. We are on probation, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't even think I can say it.
Due
which
to trans stuff, all the funny bit too, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But by the way, person is a minor, right? So
Yes.
they've been indoctrinated by this their entire life
Yes.
here, and is decided that they are. Well, I love the idea of the trans male to female, and then themselves calling them a lesbian. So in reality,
yes.
it's like it's a straight guy, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. 100%. I've actually had people in my community that also identified as that. This was before I came out with my opinion, and I accepted them there. I didn't have it didn't really bother me. I was how would I put it? It's like I don't agree with it, but I'll accept you. If you are respectful, you don't need to make it your whole personality. That kind of stuff. So I can't control people's lives. They have their decisions. At the end of the day.
Well, you came out and it seemed like you were trying. And here's a mistake as a seasoned veteran of being called every sort of ist and phobe or whatever for simply knowing what a man and a woman is.
Yes.
The biggest, if I just see one glaring hole in your argument, is that you tried to reason with them. You tried to provide context, and that was a bad thing to do because you cannot reason with unreasonable people. So fast forwarding here, you then check your email, and we have this.
Yes.
Because of people being so hateful, I've been removed here. And this is the email from Sega. We want to thank you for your participation in the Sega Creator Zone, all 15 hours of it, right?
Yep, exactly.
And your contributions to our community. Unfortunately, we're writing to inform you that you've been removed from the Sega Creator Zone. The decision was made for the following reasons. Following an additional review of program eligibility and community safety standards. I think that's such an amazing blanket term right there. The community, like, are people not safe around you?
That's what I don't know. That's what I'm getting to. I think it's just because, like, it could be multiple reasons why they removed me. It could be like either because the backlash, so they don't want that in their, because of the drama that went down. So they have to remove me, unfortunately. Or it could literally be because of the opposite opinion. I don't know. So it could be two things, I don't know.
Well, it sounds like wrongthink. And as the first time experiencer of this, everybody here on our show has been othered by other people, which is it sounds like that's kind of like what you're doing. And in our experience, some of the most quote unquote tolerant people are the most intolerant when it comes to this.
Yeah.
Mally, I know you have experience in this. Blabs, Phoenix, obviously you have experience in these things. So you got to the point to where this has got to be a lot for you. This is your first time experiencing all this, and I saw you posted over on X. You're just like, I don't even want to. Please don't bring this up anymore, right? Don't want any more drama in my space.
Yes.
How'd that go for
Unfortunately.
you?
I've been getting a lot of new people in my streams, and they always keep coming in and telling me that they're sorry about me getting kicked out from the Sega program and stuff like that. So naturally, I'm gonna respond to that. So it's pretty much still coming in, but not really, like not in a bad way per se. It's more like support. So basically, I don't want to just ignore them. I'm gonna respond. And tell them what happened, and that's pretty much it. And it really sucks that people tend to see it the wrong way. They see it as me still trying to get drama in there, and it's just that's not my intention. It's just people coming in, and I just want to be respectful. That's pretty much it. So
the irony of what you're saying here is that you want to be respectful to folks, and you're not like. You're not even like saying I don't want these people in my community. You're saying if you're talented, I don't like. Same with that. Like we don't care, right? Like I don't.
Yeah.
Just don't tell me how I should feel. That's like my
Exactly.
biggest pet peeve,
Yep.
right? Just don't tell me how I should think, how I should feel, right?
Exactly. Yes.
And you in turn are catching heat for this thought process here.
Yes.
And you got people who are telling you, oh, you dug your own grave, you stood up for bigotry. You'll be forever remembered for it, just like you wanted over here. And you see all these people saying like really like mean things here. And people have been telling you that. So people have been telling you that you have to be more mean right here. And
yes. I've been getting people that they're supporting me, and they keep telling me like I need to be more mean to people, and I'm like, if they're going, this is the internet first and foremost. All you got to do is block them and report them. That's it, and and your life is so much better when you learn to love people and change that, instead of hatred and anger, like mentally and physically, you feel better as a person because you don't have to deal with like the backlash or that basically you kind of just push it aside naturally, like I think after all of this, it's like I kind of just formed like I don't know how to say. It's like so much I was just getting sad about it. I don't really feel anger or hatred towards these people. I'm just more so sad, right? Like I feel like if I've made posts, that basically talks about my opinions and stuff like that. And if people are not okay with it, just simply scroll by. I mean, I'm sure you guys do the same. Like if you were to see something you don't like, just scroll past it, or like that's pretty much it. So it's really hard to wrap my head around people that can get so angry about someone they've never met in their life, and it's just really weird. I just never understood it.
You are trying to like the idea of being nice to people is a very noble thing, and I appreciate that. I've always tried to be nice and respectful to people. I don't have to agree with people, but it's amazing to see we've had so many people who have kind of gone through this for the first time on our show. Literally, our second episode, we had a girl who was canceled she was fired from her job for following an X account or a Twitter account at the time, right?
Wow.
These are things that happen, and like Phoenix, you are an assassin when it comes to these things. You say no niceness, no
Scorched Earth.
Not just me.
Yeah. Scorched Earth. Yes.
Yeah.
Because here's the problem. Like, so one of the things that you have to realize, in my opinion, right, is like if you're playing Monopoly with someone that keeps cheating, at some point you have to make a decision. Well, I can keep playing by the rules and they can keep stealing all this money, or I have to play dirty also, as much as I don't want to do that. And I don't want to, change my principles of like what a fair game is, but they're cheating. They're going out of their way to screw you over. At some point, if you want to win, you do have to almost play by their rules, and then absolutely level them. You have to level them to the point that they can no longer get up, and then hopefully with them all gone, and I'm talking about business-wise, things like that, of course,
Yes.
then you can then try to reinstate back your values. But you have to eliminate this cancer first to get back to an even playing field, because every time they're there, they will keep eating their way through, taking over corporations, companies, HR, you name it. They'll keep coming in. You have to absolutely level them first. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I understand. I feel like if it's like a bigger position, you have to do something. But this is simply my community, and in my position, I just want people to learn to love. At least that's my goal. I mean, I just make gaming content, so I don't really like. And at the end of the day, once you pretty much stop talking about it, everyone just kind of forgets about you, like you're just the next thing, So it's like, yeah. So at the end of the day, they never cared. But I'm sure there's still gonna be people watching, hate watching, all that stuff, 100%, right? But like I said, it's just easier to handle that way, for me. So, I think fighting fire with fire. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I think fighting fire with fire. It depends on the situation.
Fight fire with nukes is how I look at it.
I think it just makes the situation worse. Actually, in fact, the way I see it, I feel like people will not listen to you because you're being rude, right? I feel like people would just, it's like, okay, it gives me more reason to not like you, because why should I listen to someone who's always really rude to me? Or like, even though they're being the same way, right? But then again, like I said, I'm pretty sure it depends on the situation you're in. So, it's just my community at the end of the day.
Well, so it's funny because the gatekeeping, you said, this is the Sonic community that started it. And you see that gatekeeping from a situation like this, where someone says, as a VTuber in the Sonic community, we do not approve of you in this community. And what they're doing here is they're inserting themselves into the community, and then they're pulling up the ladder, right? And saying, you can't be a part of this anymore, right?
Yes.
And then they say, well, then you need to leave, right?
Yep.
And that's why Phoenix is so adamant about, look, you nuke it all, and build alternatives, right?
Well, and look, they're such a tiny, and like these people are just very good at it. They're a tiny little weed, but they manage to take control very quickly. I think most people in the Sonic community, I don't know for a fact, but I bet you oh God, everyone just please shut up. Can we talk about Sonic, please?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think anyone cares. But they're so good. They're so good at spreading in, knowing exactly how to talk to corporate, knowing how to boycott things, knowing how to gain attention. And they're very, very, very good at that. So in my opinion, that's why it's critical that you get rid of that weed as fast as you possibly can. There's a number of ways. I won't bore you with that. And then hopefully, once that's gone, then reinstate your values. And we can hey, guys, I actually don't care what you are. Can we just talk about Sonic? I think we all agree. Perfect. And then you go back to being normal. But in order to get them, you do have to, in my opinion, you have to go Scorched Earth. It's the only thing they understand. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, has this been a overall net positive or negative for you, Mia?
What do you mean by that? Like.
Well, there's the initial blowback, right, where you see Sega's like, we don't want you to be a part of this because you're scaring people or whatever, right? Because you're the wrongthink, right? But you said you've seen an influx of people who have kind of come into your community, and they're like, hey, what, you didn't say anything wrong, right? But you've also, for lack of a better word, you've kind of you've got the weeds out, like the friends that you thought were friends.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
We're not friends, right?
Yeah. The way I feel about it, I mean, I appreciate the support and stuff like that, right? But at the same time, I don't really want people to come in for that reason. I want people to come in because the content I make, the Sonic gaming stuff. It's just any kind of gaming stuff. So like I don't want to be really known for that. But I think it's too late, right? I think it's too late at this point. So you know, but you know, at the end of the day, I do appreciate it. I feel like I lifted a big weight off my shoulders saying how I feel because of the Sonic community that I was at least the communities, not the whole community, but you know, people that I've met were, you know, forcing me to say these things or you know, to call them a certain gender and that they're not. But you know, and I just didn't feel comfortable doing that, so I had to come out.
It seems like such a simple idea. The truth will set you free, right? You know. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we appreciate you coming on and sharing your story today. I know you didn't really want to drum up any drama, but I think it's important. You know, and if I have one last little piece of advice for you before you go, as you're experiencing this for the first time, you can only be canceled if you accept being canceled, right? And I know that sounds really really profound or whatever. It's not. You just look, these people are psychos. They are what they are. These people coming after you, they're out for blood. As you said, you're just the next notch on the belt, right? Look, we got this person out of the club, whatever. Who cares? You missed out on a few free games. Big deal.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. So, you guys too, man. You guys too.
Well, appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Mally, Blast, Phoenix, anything for Mia before Mia rolls out?
Yeah, I'd say real fast that I know the situation you're in sucks, right? Because you're being essentially forced into a political side that you never asked for. Like you didn't come out to say, "Boy, I want to be the political gamer" kind of idea. But one thing, so I don't think that's something you need to lean into in the least. I think the great thing about the position that you're in is that now people know that you're the normal viewpoint, that people can just go to you. You're not going to give them politics. You're not going to give them all your opinions on what's going on in the pop culture space. You're just going to be you, and people are you're essentially giving people a safe space, if you will, of just being normal and just let's have fun. Let's talk games and stuff like that. And I know that I'm not going to be bombarded with agenda constantly being thrust into my head like you're seeing on the other side. So just keep doing you. You don't have to lean into some political side now or anything like that. Just keep being you, and people are going to love and respect the fact that they have a place that they can go to and be safe and talk in a community where it's like, we can all just be ourselves and talk. And like, that's everything. You're actually providing something for people, whether you know it or not. So good on you.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and I just wanted to tell you, I've been through this like a dozen times myself, this exact situation where I'm talking about something completely unrelated and I have people coming for my throat because they just don't like my opinions existing in their own corner, completely unrelated to them. I have lost brand deals, I've lost connections, I've lost friends. Everything you described, I have dealt with a dozen times over. And it is... I just wanted to tag on kind of the question that Craig had earlier. It's always going to be a net positive. It sucks. Do not get me wrong, because like, duh, obviously, like being in that program would have been awesome, but it's always a net positive. Because like Craig said, you weed out the bad people. You are creating a safe space for normal people, and that is worth whatever you're going through. So I'm sorry you went through that, but I'm glad it's turning out better because you deserve that good community.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah.
For sure. Mia, have a great day. Thanks for joining us.
You too,
Thank you for joining
guys.
us short notice.
Right.
Yep.
We'll see you.
Bye.
All right. We'll put Mia's information down below in the description. You guys go check out Mia if you're looking for just Sonic stuff and Sega stuff. It's pretty simple. Good stuff. Appreciate her coming on and sharing her story right there. It's not the first or the last time we'll see something like that. And they need to know that they are the majority. We are the majority. We are normal. They are crazy.
Like by a lot. By an overwhelming amount.
Yeah.
Right. Hit that subscribe button right here and watch another video right here.